Hi guys, welcome to the annual episode of All Bums. We're back after a while, and I'm still Josh.
I'm still Isaac.
And
I'm Amy.
Who's new?
Yeah, Amy is actually, interestingly for the podcast, not an idiot.
It's a good dynamic.
Which is new for us.
It's good to have.
I'm a spanner in the works.
Yep.
That's good.
I
feel like you'll legitimize one of our opinions who you agree with, or maybe Josh and I are in concordance, and then you are the outlier.
We'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what your music expertise is.
I'll bring an intellectual flavour.
That's nice.
Wow, okay.
Nice. Even just saying intellectual flavour is like more concise.
I'm lost already.
Yeah.
Flavor? Yeah. Yeah, and we're bringing you the most interesting video on YouTube, I think. About an incredibly interesting album. So, yeah, be careful you don't be incredibly interested.
Hey, Josh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is the album?
Oh, the album is Age of Ards by Sufjan Stevens, which came out in 2010. So this is a classic review, and implicitly all classic reviews are 10 out of 10s.
Oh.
Obviously.
They're already.
Hey!
Yeah.
10 out of 10, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a nice segue into our scoring.
We can talk about Sufjan.
Oh, let's do that.
Who's Sufjan?
It's a great question. I have no idea. Do you know?
What's your experience
Okay.
with Sufjan? Because I'm interested, yeah.
I heard Age of Ards about 3 days ago. And then 2 days ago I heard Age of Ards, which is an album by Sufjan Stevens. And I put it on, and then this morning... What was I listening to? Oh, it's Age of Ards by Sufjan Stevens.
Okay.
So I just did that 3 times.
Did it ever jump scare you with some other album, like autoplay at the end of the album or anything?
No.
Or nothing? You've heard nothing else from Sufjan?
No, it's just this.
Have you watched Call Me By Your Name?
Yes.
The soundtrack?
So
Yeah,
I saw,
he's
When they're
done
climbing the hill
Yeah.
and he's like, "The Mystery of Love" or something.
it's vague. Is it a good song? Is it
Yeah, there's two nice ones, and I think he curated the rest of the soundtrack as well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you know about Sufjan?
Well,
Have you seen Call Me By Your Name?
I have,
That's
and I loved
crazy.
it, and I think that was actually my introduction to him.
Nice.
But I have since listened to Carrie and Lowell, another album of his that came out after this one.
Okay.
And then I had heard Futile Devices, which is the first song in this album
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
But not at all representative of what the rest of the album
No,
becomes.
that's a
Yeah.
great
So,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, because Sufjan started and he got pretty big. He was like indie, like Arcade Fire, kind of like that sort of like, and what eventually became like Of Monsters and Men. Like I don't know if you
Right.
like that kind of like la la la,
Kinda.
you know, they're like
what is it? What is it? Folky, almost
Yeah.
chanty,
Definitely.
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
culty sometimes.
I
Yeah.
guess a little bit,
Like
yeah,
a little-
yeah. Like and then he had 3 big albums, and he had Illinois, which was really
Yes.
acclaimed. I think it's still his most acclaimed album in 2005. And then there was 5 years where he didn't make any music. And
Right.
I think he released like a Christmas album every year, but
Yeah.
so yeah, he does weird things and he would do weird collabs, but like yeah, he was completely gone and everyone's like, Illinois was awesome, where is he? Anyway, 2010 comes and then he releases like this EP out of nowhere that's like 59 minutes long, and it's like, how is that an EP? But anyway,
Yeah, it's a long project.
yeah, apparently it's really acclaimed, and then people are like, what the okay, I guess he's back,
Right.
and then 2 months later releases this album, Age of Ards,
Ooh.
which is like 70 minutes long.
I was reading a little bit about this album because I
Yeah.
wanted to learn a little bit more. The last song, because it's so long, was that part of the EP?
No.
No.
The EP was completely other material, and it also had 2 like 17-minute songs.
Okay. Okay.
So he was into that
Interesting.
at this point. Yeah,
Interesting.
incredibly
That is
interesting.
incredibly
The most interesting
But
album.
in-
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find I guess is the album interesting?
If it's anything, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
If it's anything, it's interesting.
You can give it that.
It is one of the most unique albums I've listened to, I think.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going
So
on.
you love it?
It's got a lot going on. I think. Would we want to get into it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we
Is
can
it
do
rating
numbers.
time?
I think it's rating time.
Okay.
It's rating time.
So we do it on 3.
Okay.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
9.
7.5.
What did you say? 4?
Yeah, 4.
Fuck me.
What? Wait, is that the lowest number you've given?
Maybe.
What?
I dislike this album. No, the Mars Volta, which is
Well,
a
yeah,
thing we
the
didn't
Lost
make.
Media. Yeah.
I found this album incredibly annoying. I found it really tedious. I found it really repetitive. I thought the lyrics were kind of nothing.
What? He's so good at lyrics.
Except for the beginning.
Which
I really
one?
like
Futile
the
Devices?
Futile Devices. Really like. I really like the song Age of
Normally.
Ards.
Dude,
Yeah.
What amazing
It's a good song.
It's a great song.
amazing song. 2 amazing songs, and it's a 4. Come on.
But the rest is like very annoying. You know what? This is the okay. This is what I thought about the album. I don't think I can defend my case objectively. It's all a matter of opinion about aesthetics, about what he chooses to put in.
Okay.
I just found them annoying. I found the robot noises that pan left
That's
to
funny.
right
That's funny.
so annoying.
That's a funny noise.
You know, just imagine like someone doing this.
I know, but
Those
that's
are good.
But
I
yeah.
hate them.
Those are funny.
And I couldn't get into it, and you know, I couldn't connect. That was my big thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it. But I just want to finish this point. I know that this is a good album.
What?
From like an outsider's perspective, because it's got all the stuff that should make a good album. I just personally don't like it for like indefensible
Is there
reasons.
What does that
Thing?
mean?
Yeah.
Is there such thing as an objectively good album that you then don't like?
Well,
I guess it's
just
just
Does that
don't-
mean you just don't have taste? Is that what that equation adds up to?
I
I guess
hope
it's
not, but it's just like, you know how like you'll like a certain genre and not like another genre?
Yes.
Yeah. But it spans
Whatever
so
genre
many.
this is.
It's got something for everyone.
Yeah, do you like, I mean, do you, well, okay, I guess we'll get into the songs, but I'm like,
Yeah.
there are a lot of other songs that are like Age of Arts and Futile Devices.
Correct.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the best songs,
Age of Arts
probably.
stands alone as its like own thing, and it's like, it's really big and grand and weird in its own way, and it sells it, but like...
But so is Parts of Impossible Soul. I find
Dude,
that.
yeah, Parts of Impossible
they're
Soul, so
nearly
good.
the same.
Hey!
I feel like you're going into it and you're like, this is 26 minutes long. And from the first second, you're not going to like it because it's so long.
I came in, I'm going, this is too long,
But,
for sure.
dude,
But
the
there was
first
something
4 minutes or
but
something
I wanted to
Is
give it a
Futile
chance.
Devices 2.0?
and it's so good.
No, it's... Oh,
I mean, it
it's
is.
so good.
Like,
It's
it
ends,
literally is.
It ends like Futile Devices, which is nice.
And
That's why
that
I like
bit's
the
really
start
good.
and the end. I like that bit. I like the bit. And I like the woman's voice. This is also another personal thing. I can't stand Sufjan's voice. I don't like
Why?
it. I don't think he's a good singer. I
'Cause-
think he's annoying.
Do you not like, because he's sort of like Elliott Smith on some songs.
No.
Like that
Okay, well, I haven't heard that stuff, so I can't.
on Futile Devices, I feel.
Really?
Yeah, it's like crooning little, like, quiet little thing.
You know what
like
I thought
Nick Drake
he, you know,
kind of thing.
Nick Drake. I thought he sounded like Tom York on some stuff.
I guess a little bit.
A
This
little
is
bit.
like his Kid A as well. He mixed it up. And you've been filtered. You can't, the electronic stuff, you're like, no, I only want
Yeah.
chamber pop and Of Monsters and Men.
Yeah.
I don't know.
can't.
I tried to connect. I tried to give it a chance, and I just did not like it. I found it really annoying.
You don't like bleeps and bloops. Anyway,
I
what's,
don't like
what's
bleeps
your
and bloops.
what's your overview?
I like it overall.
Uh-huh.
7.5. I feel like it's only an indication of how little time I've spent with it so far. So
Right.
I only listened to it for the first time this morning,
That's fair.
but it has been on repeat all day.
Nice.
And there's a couple of songs that I love off the rip, and I feel like it's going to be one of those ones where I'm going to listen to them on repeat so much that I'm going to ruin them. And then I'm going to end up on other songs in the album as a secondhand choice that are then going to grow on me.
Interesting.
But off the
Incredibly
bat,
interesting.
this is very
Asian-
interesting
okay.
so far.
just to get
I'm
into
so interested.
just to get into semantics to start with,
Yeah.
it's pronounced odds.
Oh, what?
Doesn't he sing
No,
this
but-
age of odds? For
Or does it say this
eternal
is the
living?
age of odds?
It's odds.
What?
Whoa.
Really?
Yes.
Dude,
So
I thought I was a fan.
I
Us
did
two
some
ignorance.
I did some deep diving today.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Dive deep.
The scholar.
Marine biologist dive
Does the
deep.
name Royal
Nice.
Robertson mean anything to either of you guys?
Yes.
That's
yeah,
very
okay.
yeah. Well, you.
Well, apparently firstly, album art is based on a Royal Robertson artwork.
Oh, no, the schizophrenic guy.
Yes.
I won't read it.
He's schizophrenic.
bleep this.
He's beeping something.
And I think part of his shtick, because he was a sign writer as a profession, so he has a lot of like written words and all of his like artwork, was that in his descent into madness to intentionally start misspelling words and have words have double meanings and things like
Ooh.
this. So apparently odds is just like
Odds.
odds.
Like betting odds.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
age
okay.
of odds.
Odds.
But misspelt. Don't
That's
quote me
awesome.
on this,
No, that
but
rules.
I have multiple Sufjan Redditors to
Oh
confirm.
no!
That's cool.
No,
I did a
That's
deep,
great.
deep dive into the Sufjan Reddit.
I was so with you, and then you said Reddit, and I was, oh, you lost me.
So I think I've got some standing with this.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I believe you. Yeah, because
Okay.
I read about how the album art was drawn by this Robert. What
Yeah.
was his name? Robert
Royal Robertson.
Rose.
Royal Robertson, who developed schizophrenia after divorce, or and that if I'm taking anything away from this album, it's like an album about like separation.
A lot of it seems to be like
It feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But he was also like, I saw he was really sick while writing this, and like for like 6 months or something, and no one could diagnose what it was. So apparently, like, you know, I want to be well. Just like he's
Very
like,
on the nose.
you know, I
Yeah.
was not made for life. Like when he says that, and he's just like, yeah, this sucks.
So it was like mental illnesses or...
No, I think he's just sick. Like he's like bedridden in a hospital for a lot of it.
Sucks. Is that what the man in the window is?
Which man in the window?
You know, he's singing about a man in the window in Impossible Soul.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, when he's going, no.
Yeah, the auto tune, which by the way,
That's terrible. I have
That's one of the
I
best.
like it.
no,
That's one of the best. Every time it comes,
No.
oh, dude,
No.
I'm like, yeah.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
Have you seen Mac DeMarco on The Cave?
No,
No.
haven't seen that episode.
So he can't rap. So like The Cave is the show. If you haven't seen it, it's a show where like Kenny Beats, a producer, will get a guy in to do
Yes.
like a improv rap. Anyway, he gets Mac DeMarco who can't rap, and he goes in. He's like, "What are you gonna do, Mac?" And he's like, "Oh, just put on autotune." And then Mac DeMarco's just singing about like Italian pizza, pasta. He's like, "Ooh, spaghetti," but it's all autotune. It reminds me exactly of that.
Yeah.
that's
I,
so
I
good.
wrote in my notes, sounds like a rip-off Avicii song.
What?
The way it like it twangs
Stupid man.
twangs the
Yeah.
eyes. It sounds
Yeah.
like that
Oh, the country one.
that country one.
What is that song?
Yeah.
How?
That one.
That one?
Yeah.
He does sing Now That I'm Older.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
But how? No, the
Go
Avicii
on.
had to be a rip off of him. So probably Avicii heard this album and was like, that's gold.
Oh, I'm
That's
sure.
true.
That's 500 million views on YouTube right there. I'm just going to rip that off. See, it's a good song. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we should, go song by song.
Let's do it.
All right.
Oh, I guess I should give an overview.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
This used to be, so yeah, I was like, I love this album, and it used to be my favorite album for a long time.
Right.
I thought the song Age of Arts was so good, Futile Devices, I mean, well, yeah, I Want to Be Well, and then Impossible Soul is like the best thing ever. Anyway, it's sort of fallen off a little bit for me, but like I still feel like, yeah, such an awesome album.
And what did you give it again?
A 9.
Woo!
Yeah, it's like hovering near a 10, but I don't think it quite makes it to 10. But
Okay.
yeah, really
There's some
good.
trash.
Say again.
There's
Get
some
there.
trash.
There's some
Yeah.
trash.
What?
There is some utter trash.
Just
Yeah.
like one trash.
Too.
It'd be interesting to
So
know,
much
yeah,
trash.
where the trash lies.
Okay, yeah, Futile Devices. This song's awesome. Like,
Yeah, I like the song a
just a
lot.
little quiet, little. Bloop, 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 bloop,
Yep,
bloop, bloop,
plucky.
bloop, 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 bloop.
Cool.
I
Like the
like it,
lyrics?
Not too bad. Like, copable.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's classic Sufjan, in
Yeah.
my opinion. It's
So,
what I
yeah.
expected of the whole album.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of his other stuff.
Is he
sounds
known
like
for this
that.
kind of thing?
Yeah,
Very
Carrying
much.
Law is probably his
Yeah.
most popular album, and that is like Elliott Smith. It sounds so much like Elliott
Yeah.
Smith.
Great. I'm
You,
so
s-
sorry.
you would probably love it, but
Yeah.
like, man, also this album's good. Should like this too. Yeah,
I don't know, man.
and I love the sequencing of this. Like he's gonna depart from the whole thing. Like the idea is that he
Right.
like starts off and baits people in, like, oh, it's classic Sufjan, and then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But too much sucks. That's the problem. Is like, man, if this just went from Futile Devices straight into Age of Arts, it would be fantastic.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
such a good opening, and I skip too much every single time.
Okay.
Because too much is so annoying to me.
Yeah, I also find it annoying. Go on.
To go back to Futile Devices
Yeah.
for
Oh,
a
sorry,
second,
yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Got my little pen out.
Oh no. Can you draw it like
You know what I
Sarah
love?
Disney?
He has a line about
Yeah.
how hot it is that girls do crochet, which I found really nice.
Oh, nice.
Because apparently he's in a knitting club, just like in his spare time.
That's
So
really-
I thought that was a nice little factoid.
Oh, nice.
Man, this is the most interesting episode of all
Dude,
time.
so interesting. Holy shit.
Knitting. That's
Damn.
sick.
That's great.
But to me, I get your point about what you're saying. Too much is too much.
Nice.
Like you see,
Yeah.
like I feel like he does it intentionally. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you thought you were getting a Sufjan Stevens album?
Yeah, true.
Wrong.
Yes.
This is the this is
Idiot.
the new era. Yeah,
Wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
But
said,
it was jarring, especially on first listen, because it's not what I expected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, "Ow my ears! Who made this trash beat? Dancing to this song would be impossible. The noises are getting annoying." So this is where my irritation sort of began.
Shit.
Began.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, yeah, you tried to listen to this album like 5 years ago or something, and you were like, it hurt my ears. And I was like, just skip too much. Just, if you skip too much, it's fine. I feel like you soured because you played too much. Like if you
No,
skip that
I
one, then-
really tried to come into this album fresh and be like, I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm not trying to be like,
No, but if you skip that song, the sequencing is perfect. It works so well. It goes straight into this epic, big, bombastic, like... Age of Arts still has the, like, Aphex Twin EDM beats, but it's
Yeah.
not as, like... And the thing about Too Much is, even if it didn't have those beats, it's still just a really shitty indie song.
It
like
is.
when he goes like la 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 la, it just sounds. It's a terrible melody. It's just
It's
going
a bit
all over the
formulaic,
place.
Yeah.
There's too much riding on. Yeah, it's just
Too
annoying.
much riding a day.
And it's like 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
And it was a single. I was like, how did they pick this to
Really?
be the thing that? Yeah.
Why didn't you do Age of Arts as a
I know.
single?
Age of Odds is fantastic.
It's great.
Or I Walked was the other single, and that one's
I
good.
do like that.
That one's a great song.
I like
Yeah.
that song.
But anyway, yeah, Too Much. I would skip this.
Yeah.
To the viewer, skip it. Too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good introduction to what he's trying to do for the rest of the album, but I did think some of the production made me need to pee.
Made me need to.
It's got
That's a
this
new
like
person.
sort of like wet quality,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
droplets of water.
It's like the brown note. It's like the yellow shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yellow note.
But yeah, I also wrote angst for dummies because I feel like the
Ooh.
lyrics are so oversimplified. I think he
Yeah.
gets more lyrical in other songs, but this is just like, I'm scared.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I will say Vesuvius has decent lyrics. It's one of
Agreed.
the songs that have good lyrics.
When he rhymes Vesuvius with Sufjan,
Yeah.
that's like great move.
I love
Love
I
it.
that.
wrote
I love
that
that he
too.
included his name in it
Yeah.
too.
So
I was
you know
like,
how it's pronounced.
yes, that too. Because I was like, Sufjan.
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 Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, well, we all love Age of Odds.
Age of Odds. Sorry.
Wait,
yes.
do you have is the vape floating around? Oh yeah, we're cutting this by the way.
No.
Yeah, no.
Age of Odds, so epic.
What do
I
you think?
love
Yeah.
the production on this
Yeah.
song.
Me
It's
too.
like it's mixed so perfectly
Yeah.
because it's like there are a lot of like bombastic pop songs that I feel like the melodies and everything it should come together to something epic. And it also happens. I want to be well. I think it's like close to something epic, but the mixing lets it down. But this one, it just clips. Like it just it redlines, and it's like it's so perfect. Like,
But it doesn't
I
feel
really love-
annoying.
No, yeah,
All the bombastic and big themes. You know how the brass goes like.
yes,
Yeah.
so cool.
Love that
It's so
shit.
good.
It's so good.
It goes. It's so epic. And then the second half when it transitions into that, like more. Also the Christmas like bells.
Oh
going
yeah,
in
the sleigh bells. Yeah.
Post.
Yeah.
The sleigh bell. I love that. It's silly, but
Yeah.
it's so epic, and I love all the lyrics. Like So-
To me, like, I don't know if this is too wanky or whatever, but this is like in the sequence of the album. This is him like being full schizo, like it becoming like he's now this weird character.
Yeah.
I can
Because
see
of
that.
separation as a.
But I feel like he's like working through it because by the end he's like quite positive about
in
Yes.
a weird way.
in a weird way.
He's
In a
like
weird
positive,
way.
but he's like honest. He's like, all I want is pleasure, and
Yeah.
Yes.
but it's like a really honest.
Yeah.
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 I wrote as the opening Darth Vader entering Fantasia. I felt like
It is
it's
Disney.
like
Yeah.
a
It is
Star
very
Wars
Disney.
theme
Yeah.
song underlying like that orchestral like
Yeah.
Wind
Yes.
Symphony-esque.
Winston.
I was like, we
Yeah.
need these songs in Wind Symphony.
Yeah, dude.
True. Oh,
I
how
need to
epic
get
would
my
that be?
flute out. This
That'd be
is
sick.
too much.
Oh, all of the just let me praise this album for a little bit. All of the flute includes are
It's
awesome.
so good.
I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
How do you know that? What is a 4 out of 10?
There's good bits, but
But this song is so cool.
yeah, it's good
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Is this maybe your favorite song in the album? do you
This
guys
is my
think?
favorite on the album.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
I would agree.
definitely. This song's so cool.
Yeah.
We have a quorum. It's so rare. We all agree.
We all agree on the rating of this album. It's a classic.
Oh, I just swallowed my gum.
Whoopsies.
Fuck.
No.
Let's get. Is it a 20-year thing real?
No, I don't
Cool.
think so.
I don't think so.
Awesome. Next one.
Yeah, I Walked. I think I could name the track list for this album.
Okay. I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna test you. I walked.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think?
Song's good. Song's nice. I like it
think
after
it was
Age of
good.
Odds. It's just like a more quiet thing, but it's still got like the IDM type beats. It's nice build and everything. I walked because you walked. I guess the melodies are a little like doodly,
Yeah.
because he does that sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he nails it.
Yeah.
He's so good at melodies sometimes, but sometimes it's a little.
Yeah, I found it uncomfortable to listen to the first time because it felt off.
Me too.
But I think, again, it's one of those things that's intentional. I don't know. Can you say that it's intentionally bad?
Yeah. How much latitude do you give that?
But it comes to it. Somehow the phrasing ends how it's supposed to, despite the meandering like
It resolves.
sentencing. It
Yeah.
does resolve on
Yeah.
the note you feel is right, but
Yeah.
in between is weird. I don't know. Is
Yeah.
that a weird way to describe it?
I don't know anything about music theory, so
I literally felt
I like
like
what
the
I think.
song was sort of like meandering as if he's walking and plotting, and it's like
Yeah.
not to get meta and like to give it props for that. I found it really annoying. And I was like, just sing something catchy.
It's like it's simulating walking behind a slow walker.
yes.
You're just like, fuck this, and I'm like,
this is funny. You're in the aisle on the aeroplane, people are putting all their stuff in the cargo things above, and you're just like...
You're so
inches.
mad.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is funny.
You just want to get to your seat, you're in first class, all the people in first class are just like... And they go back to their phones. It's just, I hated this song.
I thought it was kind of a letdown after Age of Odds, only because, like I was saying before, it felt like he was resolving something with that song, and then all of a sudden he's back to just like whiny, depressive Sufjan again.
There's a lot of whining,
which is fine, and on its own, I find the song really nice. But like after that, it's like, oh, okay, you're not quite there yet.
Yeah,
you've just taken 2 steps back.
Age of Odds concludes with him saying like, I've lost the will to fight. It doesn't seem like a triumphant song to me. It seems like it's close to suicide as he gets, like kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's weird because like the tone is very like uplifting. It's all major. It's happy. Okay. And he's singing about really sad shit. You're right. So
I almost find it's more he's just giving into the reality of what life is.
Okay. And then now he's like, oh, no, I don't want to be alive.
Yeah. Again.
Maybe.
I guess, is that schizophrenic to be like really up and down about like...
Well,
see, it's all deliberate.
No,
the auto-tune simulates like the voices in your head.
Oh my god. The perfectly tuned voices in my head. Yeah, the song is meh.
The song's okay. And then it's Now That I'm Older.
Yeah.
Which is funny. It's a funny song.
It's trying too hard in my opinion.
What?
The choir, the choral aspect is too much.
Well, see, I liked the choir in the beginning, and it was like spooky. I'm like, where's this going to go? And then I hated where it went. I was like, this sucks. Especially when they get to... love the vocal layering. Some of the vocal layering is... When he like layers his voice... like 400 times, and he's just like, oh, yeah,
that's great.
I hate that.
By the way, that's so unique. Like, this album has such a cohesive production sound. Like, there's all the weird glitchy...
It's true.
And then there's all the orchestral noises, and then there's all those vocal things.
It's true.
Almost every song is like... yeah. That's so cool.
You're right. I actually put this later in my notes. I was like, all the bleeps and bloops, it makes the album sound whole.
Yes.
It's just, I fucking hate that.
Yes. Well,
Does that make sense?
Oh man, I guess
it's
that's why you say
it's just annoying.
I guess that's why you feel like it's a good album, but you don't like what it is. Like,
it's got all the tricks that should make it good. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah,
I feel like it's so well put together, and it has so much like going for it that it's like
really,
it's amazing. And like there are duds, but like I feel like man, so amazing. Mm-hmm. Anyway, you don't like the song Now That I'm Older, Amy?
It's slightly worse than some of the other ones, but not as bad as it gets.
Diplomatic. See how neutral she's being?
Not as bad communication as it gets.
Oh, I kind of agree that's the worst song.
I think too much is worse, but bad communication is kind of... Bad communication is probably the... Oh, actually, Get Real, Go Right. So that's the next song.
Yeah, that's actually horrible.
This is like very much a lull in the album between I Walked and Vesuvius. It's like... Because they have like 2 songs that sort of do the same thing. Now That I'm Older and Bad Communication. They're like interludes.
Yeah.
But they bookend like the worst of the like exciting songs. And it's like, why couldn't you put something else here? I don't know. It's like, Get Real, Go Right is bad.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, it's... I do like the second half when he goes like, for you will not be... like, oh no, wait. Is that a different... No, that is the song. Will not be distracted by this... Do yourself a favor. He's got almost like a new metal style of singing at some songs on this album.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. You guys might know what the music theory is, but like, when he's like, do yourself a favor and get real. It's like...
Almost whiny, like
whiny.
Yeah, American football song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
I see that for sure.
Teenage Dirtbag. Like,
who did that?
Was that Wheatus?
It is Wheatus. Yeah. Her name is Noel.
Dude, what an awesome album.
That's not.
No, not that. This one.
No.
I think parts of this song are okay.
You were just saying how much the song sucked, and you're like, this album rocks.
I'm coming around to this song. Because this comes on and I sort of want to skip it, but if I don't, it's like, okay. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I struggle with the overt religiosity of it.
Yeah, because like he sings about Christianity a lot. Do you always just like, are you bothered whenever it comes up, like in general?
I think it's easier to ignore when there's more, when there are other aspects of the song that are good, but here it's literally just... Do right by the Lord. That's literally his like whole shtick. And I don't know. I mean, I knew he was religious, but I think that part just kind of irks me. But it is to go back to like the Royal Robertson thing, it is like his most direct reference to that as inspiration, I think, because this guy like descended into schizophrenia and just became obsessed with the end of days and prophecy and predicting like the coming of Christ, and also was like really obsessed with like space and aliens and things, and I feel like this song like brings those things together in kind of an obvious way, but it's not my flavor whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I said he kind of never gives you your boner permission to come.
He's teaching you.
So, because he's like...
How did he get you hard in the first place?
He does it, because I'm like...
Excuse me. I mean, we've jumped right into penis references, but I don't feel like you haven't thought of these penis references. Look, you're the intellectual, I'm the penis intellectual, and like, excuse me.
You gotta make it make sense.
This is not rigorous.
Yeah, let me appeal. So, I thought the flutes in this song were really cool, and I was like ready for it.
Oh, so you're like...
I was like, fucking cool song, I'm like ready, just when it starts, I'm like, I'm in. And then he like does all these phrases, and you're like, yeah, resolve them, and then he just cuts them off, and then he does something new, and it's like he does this like 5 or 6 times in a row, and he's like, just let me come, please, God, and just over and over again, he keeps like, I'm gonna give it to you. No, he's so withholding. That's what it is. This guy's withholding. Sorry, Mum, if you're watching this, please don't watch this. But yeah, I don't know, and yeah, I fucking hate the drums. They weren't driving at all. They were like meandery and like.
Yes.
It's like a cat on keyboard music.
Yes,
it's just walking along. It's like.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like something that like we would draft up in Fruity Loops or something.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Literally.
It's funny. Yeah. I don't love this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next song is better.
Is it?
Bad Communication.
But is
I think
it
it's worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, the way this is the one where he's like, it's different now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So non-committal.
That's
like,
funny.
why would you open a song? Like, just complaining to a therapist, and the therapist is like, what? Like, I like that.
Yeah.
Is this the one where they does the transition where he goes like,
I think so.
Yeah.
It's just so annoying.
I'm so in love with you. Like, that's good.
Why do you like this
That's
album?
good music. Dude, okay, so you have some epic songs, and then you have these songs which are funny, but like they're not just like overtly jokes, you know, like Frank Zappa or something. It's like, it's just being weird at you. Kind of thing.
All the time, like unreliable.
Not all the time. No, Vesuvius is not funny. Like
No,
this song is weird and funny. I feel like you needed something else to come between this and Now That I'm Older, but like as little funny interludes, I like them.
Okay.
They should have been peppered more thoughtfully.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And cut down.
Yeah.
Also, calling the song "Bad Communication" is just so like toddler. like I know it's the topic, but like just like
Right.
just like the
I
most
guess this
obvious
song is
title.
about-
Kind of,
Right.
Yeah.
is about
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
bad communication. Like imagine calling Marriage Story like the movie "Bad Communication."
Yeah,
Just
that one's a bad example because the title is bad. It's like Marriage Story. It's a story about a marriage.
I think that's a fine title. But
You
No,
guys can't
it's
agree
not.
on anything.
you're wrong.
No, your name isn't Josh.
It's a 10 out of 10 title.
What did I say? Oh yeah, at the beginning of the song, it was like.
Oh, that's this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that, and then I was just like, this song's boring. 30 minutes in. 30 minutes? 30 seconds in. Felt like 30 minutes. Fuck me. Do you remember that? It was just like.
Yeah,
maybe
this is what you called ants.
Ant farts.
Ant
farts.
Yeah, it
Great
sounds like
comment.
to me what
Great
I thought
comment.
of ant farts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
different now, I think, is actually Now That I'm Older. I get these confused. So, yeah.
Actually, that's a really, really good point. For me, anyway, I felt
They
all
blend
of it.
together.
Yeah.
Those 4 in
Yeah.
particular.
4?
Yeah. Okay, I'll take I Walked Out of that, but Now That I'm Older to...
sort of quieter.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. It's not the best, but Vesuvius is pretty good. You got to give it to him.
I kind of agree.
I agree.
I
Yeah.
kind of agree. This is
You
okay.
like 4 songs on this album.
No, I think this one's okay. I think
Then
it's
this
like-
is also predictable from you because I feel like it just leans back into what he more traditionally does. It's like this Greek mythology kind of thing,
Right.
and
Yeah.
It's orchestral.
Yeah, it's him.
It's cool. I like
Yeah.
the story. I like the visuals. It was really depressing, this song. It's like a guy wanting... It's like rain... What does he say? Rain on me or something like that? Or
Oh, it's like
cover me or...
I'd rather be burnt than be living in dust, or I'd rather be burnt than be living in ash. Or
Yeah, it was something like that, and he's like talking...
I love that lyric.
talking
Fantastic
to a
lyric.
ghost? Do you, what's the lyric? He's like...
Yeah.
Am I insane?
No,
I don't really remember. But like, yeah, I feel like, yeah. And I love the weird guitar solos. Like, I feel like
those guitars. I forgot about those.
Yeah, it's on this song as well. It's got a great transition where he goes like, and then, you know, it's something else.
I hated it.
It sounds like a lot of the guitar solos sound like that. The Talking Head solo on like not Once in a Lifetime. What's the first song? And the heat goes on, and the heat goes on. And then there's that solo where it's just like.
Oh yeah,
and it's like glitchy and everything.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, pioneering at the time. But I feel like this is a much better form of that, where it's like glitching all over the place, but like in a great way. And there's a great solo on Impossible Soul as well on the first segment. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Vesuvius, pretty decent song. Not my favorite, but like, yeah, I think it's decent.
We're on the up again from this point on. I feel like
yes,
in the album.
Yes. There's a lull in the middle, and now it just keeps going.
There's a lull, but you gave it a 9.
Yeah. I feel like my favorite album ever has some shit songs on it. Has some awful songs on it.
That you would give a 10?
Yeah. All of my 10 out of 10s, most of them have awful songs.
But then I feel like that's the difference between how you like rate an album versus individual songs. Like they could be your favorite songs, but it's your favorite. I feel like your favorite album needs to be.
I just don't think any album exists that is great front to back.
Mm.
They all have lulls. Carrie and Lull.
Tackle. It's like the penguin.
Anyway,
we won't get into the rating stuff because we do it every episode. It's probably tedious.
What?
Yeah. What's next?
All for Myself.
Oh yeah, I always forget the title of this song. This is also just a similar kind of interlude, like quieter song.
I thought it sounded similar to I Walked.
Yeah, me too.
But it's not like building and as driving as I Walked. It's just sort of like I want it all for myself. I think it's fine because it leads into I Want to Be Well, which is like So yeah, I like it in that part of the album. But you don't.
I'm just listening.
This one's not good again.
No, well, it reminded me of I Walk. And I didn't like I Walk. I was just like, it's I Walk Part 2, and I was just like, I can't stand this stuff. What did I say? Hate. Yeah, this is when the panning stuff from left to right really annoyed me. It really got on my nerves because it was like someone was like telling me to turn right, and I'm like, I turn there, there's no one there, and then they do this to the other shoulder, and I turn that way.
That's great.
I found it really annoying.
Sufjan was just fucking with you.
Yes, I felt as if this is a Practical Joke album where it's just like, I'm just gonna fuck with them.
It is kind of,
you know. And I also thought about these like little robot-y bleepy noises. I wonder if you listen to it on repeat 10 times, do you just get used to it?
That might be what happened to me.
Right. I'm sure, but I also think it's maybe less jarring if you listen to music that has that kind of stuff.
Yes, because I feel like you don't like any industrial. Anything with like a little bit of industrial influence, like you're not gonna like.
I'm okay with some like guitar going like, you know, like screeching, harmonics and stuff, but not really. Yeah, there's a certain amount of it that I can take, and then it just gets to a point where I'm just like, this is too much. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like the longer I've spent with certain genres and sounds, the more it becomes palatable to me. For sure.
Yeah, so I guess. Yeah, you're just filtered.
I don't know.
Get good.
Yeah, I guess, like, maybe I'm just not listening to the right stuff. I don't know, but.
You need a whole, like course list before you get to Age of Arts.
I think so. I think that, you know what it was? It's like I wasn't prepared for this kind of weird music.
Maybe.
Thrown into it and I'm like, oh, I hate this. This sucks. Maybe. When you need to sort of step by step it.
You need to listen to it when you're 15 and you're like, oh, this is what music is. So it's like the only thing you've heard. And then you're like, cool with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I came from. So
yeah,
this is the best music of all time, I think.
I mean, you clearly still do.
I still think it's pretty good. Yeah, I like them a lot.
Actually, do you think any of these songs are catchy?
Yeah, dude.
Age of Arts
even right now,
is, for sure, and then Impossible Soul is as well.
Even like parts of like Get Real Get Right are stuck in my head right now. Almost everything on this album.
Well,
He's so good at melodies.
They get quite chanty. Some of it I don't like. Some of it I do.
Yeah. So the parts that I remember that are catchy is only because he repeats it 20 times.
I'm not fucking around.
It's like, okay, I get you.
I like that.
That's a great bit. That's actually the song we're on to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first half of this song is okay, and I like it because I know what's coming next, and I feel like it leads into the second half of the song really well.
Mm-hmm.
And when he goes into the Wheatus voice on the second half of the song. I think it's epic. I think you listen to Sufjan's earlier stuff, you have no idea that he can be a sort of like screechy guy.
I like that he went there because I feel like I put this in my more just general notes for after we're done with the play-by-play. But I do feel like a lot of what he was trying to do is just like subvert what people expected him to do, you know? So like,
isn't that shitty?
But man, you can't.
I like it.
I hate that.
I really like it. I feel like it's testing people. I mean, maybe it is just
fair.
where he naturally was progressing to, and he was hoping people would catch up or didn't care if they didn't, kind of thing.
Right.
But I do think it's like making like a statement like, I'm not fucking around 16 times in a row, rather than like this normal like lyrical eloquence. Like it's just like being
I guess.
Fuck, I can say whatever I want actually.
He can say the fuck word now.
Yep.
He's not making Christian music anymore.
Yep.
I get that. I appreciate that. I hear you. Amy, I want you to know that I hear you and I understand you.
Is it because I'm a woman?
It's the only reason I'm listening right now.
It's because you're the only smart one here.
That's true.
She's probably right, I guess. I changed my rating to 7.5.
I don't know. Do you know what I mean though?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
I honestly think it's like on its own it's not great, but knowing that the other type of music that he has made and does still make is so different, I feel like it's nice palate cleanser.
So do you think that in order to appreciate this album in its entirety, you need to sort of know his catalogue a little bit? To know that he's changed?
No, I don't
disagree.
think so.
No.
Okay.
It stands on its own.
All right.
I don't think so, but we've had this conversation even prior to now, where I think like understanding the world that the artist has created and the references they're pulling from, I always think that adds to the experience.
Okay. I think I agree with you sometimes, and then sometimes I think some albums are such a left turn from what they usually do. It's almost like a new sound that they're going for, and to reference the older stuff is almost annoying because you want them to make this be in this new direction. You're smiling at it, you love.
You're like, because he has some little guitar songs on there, you're like, oh, this makes it worse.
Sometimes, if they're really like, it kind of sounds like this on this album. He's really going for a new sound.
If they didn't blend with the rest of the album, but like the sequencing and everything, I feel like
I think it's so seamless.
It does a good job of
transitioning
between the two. Yeah, at the end of Impossible Soul, when it goes back to, it's like it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's so well done.
I like the bookends
of
the whole thing being like kind of a plucky, slow thing, and then an ending kind of plucky.
But I think there's plucky elements throughout, anyways, as well. He never fully shirks that side, but he does. You know what I mean?
There's a big break.
Also, I want to say that's not all he did, but like what he's most known for is Illinois, which is like orchestral. Right. Like he just he had some albums like Carrie and Lowell and like Seven Swans before this, where it's like just a guy and it's guitar kind of thing. But yeah. I feel like you don't like the album and you're trying to be like, oh, the rest of his catalog makes it worse as well.
No. I'm not saying that he is one of those artists that when they make something new and they reference old stuff, it's bad. I'm just saying sometimes it can be, like a Radiohead, when they go from like OK Computer to Kid A, they go in a completely different direction. They almost sound like a different band. And I think that's really cool, and there's like a lot of risk in there.
So you don't like when they then go back Hail to the Thief and make guitar music?
No, it's okay. It's good. It's just it's nice if they're choosing a new direction to go all the way in that direction. Oh, and actually, in that way, Sufjan is like.
You feel like he's pussying out.
No. I'm trying to give him compliments. Hey. Would you relax? Tone it down. I think it's cool the risks he took on this album. That's like a props to him because it sounds fucking crazy. I've never heard anything like that before. This is a brand new experience. It just happens to be an experience I don't like.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reasons, like, I don't know if this album's bad. It probably isn't. I just really don't like it. That's it. Okay. That's it.
Okay. I see your point. I also think that it's not actually that crazy.
You don't think so?
Like, it's crazy for him, but like in the grand scheme of what music is out there, I don't think it's that wild.
It's not really that crazy. There's like,
I think it's still pretty poppy at its core. Like it's got
really,
yeah, for sure.
The song structures are all
they're
like
insane.
they're pop songs. Like if you like progressive pop is a genre, and like if you listen to like Stereolab or even like Bjork, like it's just like people are doing weird things with pop and mixing in glitchy sounds in the past. I think it's a unique sound. I think it's one of those albums that I don't think anything really sounds like it. But like or like Of Montreal are also a really weird band. They're just they're like this album, like, and I think after this album they kind of copied this album a little bit. But anyway, yeah.
That's fine.
But yeah, it's like it is a unique sound. But
Yeah.
it's not like the idea of putting glitch and weird glitchy guitar solos with pop is not that crazy.
Yeah,
I guess he's
I
not
agree.
like pioneering, but it's a weird and unique genre at least, and has a lot of like room for variation between that. You can do a hell of a lot, and so I guess in that genre, it's got to be a huge umbrella of all the things that sit under it. You know?
Yeah, it's less explored than his other stuff. Like, I'll give you that. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
But yeah.
and it's
No, this album sucks.
it's also a very good album. Just it's also fantastic and really good. Sorry, we're getting distracted.
No, it's good.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, but you kind of slant towards it being kind of good. 7.5 is quite good. No?
Yeah, no, I think I'm more on Josh's side than yours.
Let's go.
Yeah.
The smart one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and then we're at Impossible Soul.
Yes.
To
Oh,
finish.
guys, I have a segment idea.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay if I do a segment
Please,
idea?
riff.
Because I have a segment idea.
1 second.
Okay, let me pull it up. It's a really cool link to a really cool blog. Do you guys know what blogs are and stuff? It's like internet.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that. So it's called 10, you guys are so scaring me. It's called 10 things, fuck pop-ups. 10 things that can effectively happen in 25 minutes or less. So
Okay.
these are things you can do in 25 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Bro, what? But it's like, okay. Before you even start, if you have 25 minutes that's just one riff or something like a swan song, I understand you get bored. This is like 6 different songs. Many
I
different
know.
sources split it into 6 songs.
Yes, why didn't he cut it up into multiple songs?
Why does it matter to you whether it's split into songs?
Well,
Like,
because
it's still the same
It
music.
gives you room to breathe at least.
Bro,
it's the same song.
if you take an EP that's 6 songs and you're like, I love this, it's 26 minutes, it's great, and then they decide to put it all into one song, are you like mad at it? Like, you're
It's
like,
kind of harder to like jump in between the stuff you like and don't like when it's all lumped together.
it's
I
slightly
disagree.
harder, but it reduces it by like half of a rating point or something. It can't make it so much worse. It can't be like, God, I hate this from the start.
when you listen to it, it implies that you have to listen to it as a whole thing.
I don't think so.
Really?
I mean, I agree you can, but I don't know. I feel like I'm on a sorry. No, we'll get back to it.
I'm sorry, man.
But-
I got so angry.
I've
Yeah, I
been
know.
listening to like a lot of mixes on SoundCloud recently, and if there's like little bits that I like, I'm very much like prone to just like opening it and like flicking it to like 25 minutes and 30 seconds exactly and starting from there. Or like that song on the what is that golden album of Kanye and Jay-Z's?
What's the phone?
Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
There's that song that has like 3 minutes of silence at the start of it, so you got to scrub to like 3 minutes and 30 seconds to start it, and you just do that. And I love doing that. I don't find it tedious.
You love doing that?
Yeah.
Why do you like doing that?
I don't know.
Why are you like this?
That-
I mean, I
that's actually
don't
weird.
love it, but I feel like it's not. It doesn't hamper my
Okay.
listening experience. But go on. What can we do in 25 minutes?
Well, all I was going to say, I feel like there's a lot of anger directed
Seriously.
from one side of the couch. Okay.
Go on.
These are 10 things that you can do in 25 minutes or less. I was just bringing this up apropos of nothing. This is not related at all. So you can... There's also a funny angle on this website. It's Mumbai-centric. I think someone from Mumbai
Oh, cool.
wrote this.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, let me just give you the intro. 25 minutes is long enough to get in an easy Oh, no, hang on, that's not the intro. Oh, yeah. It's crazy how quickly things change, isn't it? just your eyes are scaring me.
I'm interested.
Just
This is
a-
the most interesting.
Just a few years ago, things we didn't think were possible are now reality. From self-driving cars to space exploration, almost anything and everything seems possible.
You can go to space in 25 minutes.
It's good. Our very own Mumbai is also... Our very own Mumbai is all set to get the Virgin Hyperloop between Mumbai and Pune, Pune, which will make the journey between the two cities a measly 25 minutes. That's incredible.
Wow.
To put how quickly that is into perspective, here are 10 other things you can do in that amount of time. Here's number 1, exercise. You can do a little quick exercise set, that's quite nice.
You can exercise while listening to Impossible Soul.
Exactly.
You can power nap, not bad, little power nap. So you can watch an episode of Friends. That's pretty cool.
Why does this blog exist? why did you look this up and why did they post it?
It was the first result. Cook a healthy breakfast or snack. 25 minutes. Write the first paragraph of your memoir.
Because you're such an egotist. You want to write a memoir.
Oh, and this one I thought was really, really good. You can make a new playlist. And let me read this one out. Making a playlist is no child's play! ! It's equivalent to an Olympic game.
What?
Okay, we're exaggerating. But choosing the right music can be a big deal. So it's fair to say that 25 minutes can get you a pretty kick-ass playlist. So you can take on the world. Anyway, there's 3 more. But I thought that was interesting. That's all. I just wanted to do that segment and I thought it was interesting and that's done.
Well, we're making this
great.
interesting video even more interesting, so you're welcome to the audience.
Shout out to Mumbai, to all the fans in Mumbai. Comment. If you're Mumbanese, what would it be?
I have no idea.
Mumbanian? Yeah, what do you guys think of this really cool song? That is awesome.
It opens really well. I love that opening riff, like the do, do, do. By the way, what time signature is that? You're the music theory guys, because it seems to go 18 times, which is like 4/4, but then 2 extra. And he goes do, do, do.
I didn't even notice the weird time
No, I didn't either.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, you know this album probably better than us, because I mean, it's a bit confused.
Yeah.
So now you're the music scholar.
Yep, and I gave it the correct score. So, you know, I studied for a long time, and yeah.
You're so smarmy. What is this attitude?
You're welcome to the audience. Having the correct information. Oh. But yeah, I love the drums on this first half, where it's like no drums, and they're just the most crazy fill, just like, I don't know. So good. It's like funny, but like it works really effectively. I love what he's talking about, like his singing and the lyrics. It all works really well. I love the way this builds, and then that weird like glitchy guitar solo is fantastic on that first part. So yeah, I feel like if you're gonna start a 26-minute song, then this is a hype way to do it. So yeah, I love this start.
Cool. I'm just saying cool. I'm just listening.
What do you guys think? What do you think?
Go on.
Yeah, I think the first part wasn't my favorite of the segments of the song, but it's one of the better ones. I think it loses itself in the middle for a second and then comes back. But I wrote, this man needs a girlfriend.
Dude. But I do get that.
I'm getting over, like, slightly by this point, I'm like, oh, you're still moaning about a girl?
I agree.
What? You agree?
Yeah.
Dude, you can moan about a girl for so long.
I know, but that doesn't constitute an interesting subject for an album, in my opinion. If you're whining a lot, it's kind of annoying.
It's like Dua Lipa's whole discography.
I don't like Dua.
What? Okay,
that's gonna
next
get
review.
Me fucking killed.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Okay, next classic review is Dua Lipa.
No. Never did. Go on.
Yeah, it's a good song. What do you like this first segment, or you hate it?
You know, I love the song. I think it's really good.
Bro, beyond the length of it, talk about the actual, like, what about this segment? If this segment were a song, would you hate it as well?
If I get the chance to edit this episode, please, I'm going to make you bright red for the
yelling?
Yeah.
Just I'm kind of bright red already.
Steam coming out of your ears. What did I write? Because my thoughts are much better. On this one, I had the most amount of, like, things to say.
Okay.
Haven't even started yet, and it's too long. So I did come in thinking it's too long. 25 minutes.
I think it's
song.
a bit wanky, to be fair.
It's, you know what it is? It's like if you're gonna make a 25-minute song, I feel anyway, you got to make it worth it for the person who's listening to it for 25 minutes.
I think it does pay off.
Okay.
What's the longest song you like? Do you like any long songs?
Yeah, probably Leaving LA, which is like, what is it, 7 minutes or something, or like 7.5 minutes.
But that song
is
so wacky.
I know, it's like wank incarnate, but it's like, it's just a him and a guitar, and it's got like slow orchestral. I think that song is incredible. You know what? This song is just like, is musical ideas thrown in your ears, and they're just crammed in there with like a toilet plunger, but the opposite. Just shoving shit into your ears.
Stop, no.
Bleeps and bloops.
Stop saying this.
You know what I said? I said if this toddler got a hold of this song or this album, it would just scramble their brains, and they just wouldn't be able to like develop object permanence. They would just be like this their whole life.
That's a really good point. It is like brain injury.
It's crazy.
And I heard this when I was like 14. Yeah, might have hindered my development. But I feel like it's so
yeah.
cohesive as well. It's not like just a bunch of different songs, which you could do for 26
No.
minutes. It's like there's
I
the
agree.
same like lyrics and like it leads between each other very well.
Yeah.
Especially
Like thematically, it's like almost a mini story. The 25-minute song. It's like I don't even know how. It's really hard to understand what he's saying in the beginning, like what it means, and then in the end, it's like when she sings, "Don't get distracted, don't be distracted,"
Right.
Which I actually love the woman's voice in this. I think it's really good.
I don't like that part.
I don't like it either.
Really?
I skipped Don't Get Distracted. I feel like
Yeah.
it's very repetitive.
It is really
And,
repetitive.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
right.
And I don't really like the melody, like the core melody.
Really?
Yeah, Don't
Yeah.
Get Distracted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't like. I'm not entirely sure why he chose to have a feature on the album.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like
You didn't think it added
I
anything?
didn't think it added anything.
Well, she's doing like backing vocals the whole way through the album, but I do feel like on this song he could just sing it himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I don't know. I really liked it. I thought her voice was really nice, and I thought that I think it is true that she sort of stands for whoever
The woman.
Sufjan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woman, tell me what you want.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated the use of the word woman.
Oh, referring to someone.
Is
as
that
woman.
because you are one?
I don't know. It was like weird.
You're like, is he talking to me?
Impersonal.
But then he's
Like the
bored.
line after, it's like my beloved. I'm like, why are you calling her woman then? I found it strange.
Is it
Yeah.
intentionally like removed, like a woman? Is it cold on purpose? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do we give him that much credit? I don't know. I haven't. You probably. He's the deepest man in the world. He's a poet. He's
I
a
can't
genius.
even
He's a
understand
poet
him.
laureate.
Yeah.
Actually, this is what I want to ask you. I know you don't really pay attention to the lyrics that much. They're not that important to you. But
No.
like on this album, what do they do to you? And also you and me as well.
I love the lyrics. I feel like it's like a crisis kind of like depression kind of thing. I feel like it's so epic when he's like, I've lost the will to fight. I was not made for life. Like when he's like the epic lyrics on this song. Like, I feel like it's cool.
Yeah, so you think they're like powerful?
Yeah.
Yeah, meaningful.
Yeah, especially Age of Arts and Futile Devices. Yeah, I feel like he's a great lyricist. But I'm not I'm not a discerning listener, so I don't know.
No, I agree. But I feel like I need more time because that's something that comes like as you listen to it more. Like
Sure.
I'm picking up like bits and pieces as they flew past me in
It's
my
true.
listens of today. But
Yeah.
things will stick more the more you listen. I think it's nice. It definitely does capture his like peaks and valleys of his mental state throughout. I think. That's pretty clear.
Going energetically up and down.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Bipolar.
Yeah.
Maybe it's bipolar rather than schizo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know your point about like just scrub through the song to the stuff you like, but like as a whole, I thought it was like extremely long and very wanky and.
Do you like the
tedious.
auto-tune part?
No. Oh yeah. Now we're at the auto-tune
Stupid
part.
man
Yeah.
in
No,
the
it
window.
was- it was bad.
I wouldn't
I thought
be
it was
a-
bad.
So good,
So
so
charming.
funny. I love it every time.
Stupid
Like,
man.
oh, here we go. I literally just hold double click like until we get to the auto tune after the starting bit. Like,
And it's not even a
Get
thing
some
about
good
like,
shit.
oh yeah, auto-tune if you include it sucks. It's like, no, you can put auto-tune and it can be really nice. It can be good. This was like, it's got to be intentionally bad. It was really like, he did, you know what I felt like? He tried auto-tune and he hadn't used it before and he liked how it went.
Yeah.
So he tried to make it go up and down as much as possible.
yeah,
In his
I
voice.
wouldn't be
Yeah.
a red.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
is
at
funny.
the end where it's like, it's so good. That is on repeat in my head, like that. I feel like that's so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So now we're back to the yodeling of each song.
Yeah.
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 Yes, but don't really get it. Yeah.
That's okay.
Oh. Yeah, what did I say?
And then,
Yeah.
you go.
Oh yeah, no, I said someone please rap over this beat. I thought it'd be like, I don't know, I thought it'd be funny if someone had a rap over something like when he's not singing. I thought it'd be funny because it's impossible to rap. I don't think you can.
It's not so impossible.
Nice.
That's funny.
That's
Hey,
good. Yeah.
Amy, welcome, permanent member now. You made a joke.
I get it. Yeah.
Shit, I haven't had my stripes.
Yeah, 13 minutes in. Please help me. Oh yeah,
But it gets good.
No, I said you know how it gets like weirdly positive at 16 minutes and like it gets really uplifting. I like that part.
Yeah.
You like the contemporary Christian rock part,
Yeah,
Kind of.
that is
but
the
it gets
best part.
yourself.
Yeah.
I like
Felt
that
good.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt like
and
warm and whatever.
Yeah, the chorus is really good. I love this part of the song as well. Yeah. It used to be my favorite part on the album, but I feel like it's a little tacky now, but it's still pretty good.
Right. It's because it's so, most of the song is like so dark and like depressing.
Right. But it gets you,
you know, impossible soul implies as if like no one can love him or something. He's like impossible, you know, whatever. Or like, I don't know. It's really sad. I usually like really sad material, but this one almost felt like a kind of despair that there's no coming back from almost. And then at the end of the song, it tries to like, I don't know, resolve or get back. And then,
I feel like this song, I don't really know from the lyrics, but I always got the impression about it's like someone who's deciding whether or not to break up. Like they're like, I think we can't work together or whatever, and they're fighting. And then there's like that, I don't know, some lovely moment. And then he's like, I guess we can do much more together. Yeah,
there was some, it's that attitude.
I guess we're better together. Like, yeah. Also, anyway.
No. What were you going to say?
I was going to say he is bi. So I know he says woman, tell me what, and like there's a woman singing and everything. But I think at this time he was with a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Maybe the guy's name is Woman.
Woman.
That's like a Who's on First joke.
Woman, come over here. You think he's being sexist, but really you're just racist.
Racist.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Let me just see. Gotta be. Yeah, I said. Oh yeah, and then it goes choir. Now the boy, we can do much more together.
Boy,
it turns dark.
Yeah.
It's like, boy, we can do much more together. And then like it goes like really creepy.
Yeah. Now it sounds like some Tim Burton soundtrack or something. Yeah. I'm not sure about this part. I don't really like this segment.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's too scary.
It almost, you know what it felt like? You're going to say it's lame, but I felt like the song could have ended 3 or 4 times. And this is one of the, before the dark part, when it's like all happy and
well, there's literal silence or like this like keening, like weird, like little tone. Yeah. I thought that was the end of the album, and then it's
I love the transition from the tone to the guitar bit though. But like, I feel like you have to have some come down and like, some sinister thing, and then you come back to that guitar thing at the end, which is like bittersweet. Like, am I happy or sad? I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfectly summarized. Bittersweet. You're right.
Yeah, this little.
It is bittersweet.
Tell you, boy, we can do much more. Yeah, I love the little guitar bit at the end. I do find that the fact that it's 25 minutes does annoy me sometimes because it's like I have to skip to the end to hear this great song. And also I feel like that song would have a shit ton of views and plays if it were on its own because it's a Sufjan guitar song.
Yeah.
But like, it doesn't bother me as much as you, I think. But yeah, I like this ending song.
Yeah, I guess, is there a way I can make my point less bad? It's like you assume when the person puts it all in one song that the song is cohesive and that everything in the song is connected or that it's trying to do several things in that song as an idea. It's like one idea almost. There's got to be something connecting all these things. Otherwise you would split them up into separate songs, right? So there's got to be a reason that all these things connect. And yes, in between the segments it's cohesive, in my opinion, just because it's sonically cohesive and some of the lyrics are repeated. But like, feeling wise, I felt as if it goes up and down, and a song can do that, but it almost felt like this is a happy segment and then this is a plummetingly sad segment and then this is like, I don't know.
But if that's not just like a summary for the whole album as a whole as well,
I guess you could think of like this track as the album condensed.
Yeah,
it's true. I don't know. 25-minute song. That's too long.
I love long songs. I love bands who make long songs. I love long electronic songs. I love Swans. I love post-rock. But yeah.
If we, but then there's long songs and then there's long songs. 25 minutes is like very long. It's almost an hour. It's like a EP in its own. So you know what I mean? Not to be like, but also just like a 5-minute or 6-minute song is kind of long.
Which is funny because so many of the like interludes on this album are 5 minutes.
Are they?
Like Now That I'm Older is 5 minutes.
Age of Odds is 8.
Yeah, that's
that one flew by. I love
that one. Yeah. That's a short 8 minutes. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, that one's great. Okay, 25 minutes is very long, but I feel like almost every part of this doesn't outstay its welcome, even though some of them are worse. I don't feel like it's like a lot of long things where they just are long for the sake of it.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree.
Yeah. He just keeps putting new ideas out there. Yeah.
That's true. He keeps giving you new stuff.
Yeah.
Also, there's like, this is a completely separate thing. There's a guitar. It's really hard to hear, but it goes like, You can kind of hear it.
Which part?
I can't remember. It's buried. Again, another problem with really long songs. It's like, where did I... 22 minutes and 32 seconds. It's like buried in there somewhere. It's really hard to hear, but it's just this... It's almost like a sexy guitar from like old porn movies. It's like...
That's
but
cool.
I don't have any money. But... And I just like the instrumentation, that's all. I just want to
Okay,
It's goofy. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a bit goofy.
You like some goofy, funny music.
There's some goofy, funny, cool, epic, real click this video stuff in this video. Film, music.
Mhm.
And it's not too bad. I don't know. Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like the 25 minutes just leaves a sour taste in Isaac's mouth, though.
It doesn't help, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
From the start.
It's like you listen to Fishman's or whatever. How long is that?
That's like 40 minutes.
And
It's
yet-
like 39 minutes.
It feels... It flows.
I mean, it's obviously cohesive. There's like a Fishman's album that's like called Long Season, and it's
Yeah.
like has the same kind of rhythm going the whole way through, like the same melody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah, fantastic. I don't know. I could just be using this as an excuse not to like the song, but I don't know.
I mean, if you don't like the rest of the album, then it's like probably
Yeah.
not gonna
It's
like
probably,
Impossible
yeah.
Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what's going to be the move going forward? Are you going to go back to any of these music?
Age of Odds, for sure.
Okay.
That's going to find it on some playlist. But you know what? Actually, this is a question I want to ask you both. Are you, when you're listening, if you're going to choose to listen to this album in the future, what mood do you have to be in to listen to this? Are you studying? Is this background music? Or is this like,
No.
I'm going to sit down and contemplate? You know what I mean? I don't know what, because no one says music has to have a reason or like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like what mood?
I do feel like it's good commute music. Almost every day when I was going to like my first year of uni, I would listen to this album almost every
Really?
single day. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
There and back. Yeah. And it was really just 5 songs. It was really just like Futile Devices, Age of Odds, I Walked, I Want to Be Well, and then Impossible Soul.
That was a
I would
long
just skip
commute.
everything
If
else.
you can fit all those, was it like 35 minutes?
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute from a bus from. Well, oh shit! I doxed myself.
You doxed your
No.
previous self. What about you, Amy? Do you have a...
I agree. I think commuting is probably a good... I think it's a bit too wordy for like a studying, writing playlist. I think Age of Odds will make it onto some sort of like uplifting... I have a playlist called Movie Montages, and they're all like songs that feel like they should be in like coming of age movies, like in that like
Oh, the
those
montage scene.
sequences where
Yes.
like they're getting shit done and there's like
Yeah.
this big growth period.
Yes.
That feels like a song that would live in a playlist like that.
Which song?
Age of Odds.
To me, it sounds like an anime music video. Do you know what those are? Where people would take some epic anime. I feel like you could put like Berserk or Evangelion. It's super lame, but I wanted to do that when I was 16, like to this song.
Do it now, bro. Why not?
Like a year later, I was like, thank God I didn't do that. The worst idea. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I?
You're changing your score, right?
Final thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
happy.
Go ahead.
So I said, this was after a first listen. I said, cool concept, annoying as fuck instrumental stuff. The very start and the very end are great. A lot of meh in between. Not sold on his voice. Not sold on the lyrics. Good album art. It's a 5 right now. That was it. First listen.
How did it go down?
And then on the second listen, I just disliked it. even
Oh
more.
shit.
Partly because I was listening to this song again today. Is this story worth telling? I don't know. I'm going to tell it
Go
and
ahead.
we can cut it. I woke up and the kitchen was covered in maggots because someone had
Oh
left
my God.
prawn heads. One of my
Stop
roommates
it.
had left prawn heads in the bin without covering them first. And everyone knows if you leave seafood out, it attracts flies like crazy. So they all swarmed overnight, laid maggots, and I woke up. There were probably 30 or 40 on the floor. So I was
That's so
listening to
gross.
this album like on my headset, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to clean this up because I'm awake first." So I got out the mop and cleaned all this shit, and then I sprayed the maggots with like Raid and shit, and they just wouldn't die. I was like, "Fucking die!" I scooped them all in a pile, like in a pile, and they like kept leaving, so I had to keep scooping them back.
That's so
Sprayed
good.
them for like 2 minutes, and they were still wriggling around, so I had to get out my shoe and stomp them.
Yeah,
it was the
right.
most disgusting way to start the thing.
Yeah.
So I was listening to Age of Odds the whole time, and I was like, "This album sucks." Partly.
Jesus Christ.
It was
Yeah.
a really bad experience. I fucking hated it. And fuck my roommate. She's a total woman. She could do so much more together if we just like... And I'm not fucking around. I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying my review is tainted by that experience at all.
It sounds a little like it, but okay.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll
I
take
don't know.
it.
I don't know. Anyway, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Amy?
Final thoughts. I like it. I think I'm bumping it to an 8.
Whoa!
Maybe. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Gun to your head, 8?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's go.
I really liked his straying from his normal, well, what I know to be his normal genre.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like a sucker for a tortured artist trope. So he just plays into that perfectly with this album.
Cool.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You hate this album now.
No.
It's gross.
No, shut up.
Sucks.
Don't convince me.
You think of maggots every time.
Oh, no, now I am going to. God damn it, you ruined this album.
So sorry.
Yeah, I think this album's really unique and like got a lot going for it. I feel like it should be regarded as more of a classic because this is sort of like, I guess, it's like he's got so many albums that are sort of like regarded in this same range, and this album gets forgotten, even though I think it's his most unique. But I think it's easily his best, and he's one of the best artists of the new century. So like, yeah. I feel like bump that rating up. Spam 5s on Rhyme. Let's get it up. Also, yeah, let's have a vote. If you agree with Isaac that this album sucks, can you like the video?
Oh, I'm going to get torched.
And
I know
you
I'm going to get torched.
agree with me, please subscribe. And you can do both. Just be some bipolar. Yeah.
And if you like Amy, just click like and subscribe.
Yes.
Do the double.
Yeah. Let's go.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I got to go pee.